Hey friends, you are with Kim Byers at the Celebration Shop, and I am starting to make like a million Christmas crafts starting this week. So I have designed a couple new things for you. This week's theme is all about Rudolph. And so I have some really fun cuts for you. And as normal, they are free to you if you're an email subscriber for the next couple of days before they hop into the shop. So I hope you'll hop down below and grab them. But we're going to make t-shirts and mugs and all kinds of things with these cut files because my niece needs a little t-shirt because that would just be too darling, right? But then I need a mug. Or you can make a tote or all kinds of things. Canvas, I love putting iron-on canvas, so this could be a darling sign for you to hang in your home. So I hope you like the designs. Let's pop over to Design Space. I'll show you what they all look like, and then we'll get crafting. Okay, so this is a quick peek at what the designs for this week looks like. So I have 4 in the set. And so each one will have the antlers and the nose, and then hoping Rudolph ate the naughty list. Rudolph is my favorite reindeer with your nose so bright. And then I thought this one would be fun just for you to be able to put your child's name in underneath the antlers. And I will give you a font within Cricut that is very similar to this one, and if need be I can also show you how to use the curve tool. Maybe I'll do a separate video showing you how to use the curve tool so that you can put your child's name like this, and if it's really long you could maybe even make it completely circular. So we will do that. Yep, we'll do that in the next video. Now we're in Cricut Design Space, and I've provided a link down below the video. But I've opened up a new project, so you have a new project. I've gone ahead and titled it Hoping Rudolph T, graphic t-shirt, and I pulled in my design. So this is the SVG from my listing, and so just hop down below and download the files and then pull it in. You just hit upload, and it's a very simple process there. So now that we're in and we've got everything on the mat, or on the canvas, I want to talk to you a little bit about sizing. So this, I can pull it down just a bit. So you can see when I click on it, it shows me the size of the overall design. So I'm doing a small girl's t-shirt, a little girl's t-shirt, and so 6 inches by 8 inches overall is really good for that. If you wanted it to be larger, you can either pull at the corners, or you can go up to size, width, and height, and as long as this is locked, it will stay proportionate, and you can make it as large or as small as you want to. So like if you were putting it on a coffee mug, you could obviously make it, you know, just a couple of inches tall or 3 inches tall. Okay, so the other thing you can do here is change colors if you wanted to. So if you, for instance, wanted the word Rudolph to be red, you could highlight it and go up to colors and change that to red. I'm going to keep it black, but you could do that. Or if you didn't have silver for the antlers and you wanted to use brown, you could do that. Or use red or whatever color you wanted to, pink. Okay, so once you have all of this together, you can then go ahead and select Make It, and it brings it over to the mat. So you can see what this is going to look like. So I have 3 different colors right now. My antlers, and then the black, and then my red. So on the black, I'm actually going to take Rudolph and move him over so that I am not using as much material. I want it to, you know, stay as tight as possible. And then just so you know, when you mirror that Rudolph might shift, and so you'll want to pull him back into place. And then on the silver, the antlers are one piece, and I did that because I didn't want you to have to worry about spacing if you didn't want to, because you can obviously cut out this inner piece here and save that material and use it for something else. If you don't have a piece of material that large, or if you don't want to do that and you want to keep these as tight as possible, then what you can do is hit cancel, and you go back to this design, only highlight the antlers, you duplicate them, and then you go into the contour tool and you literally delete one side. Okay, so when you click off, you only have one antler. So on this one, on this one, you're going to want to go into contour, and then you'll delete the opposite side. There we go. Oh, I did the wrong one. Okay, let's go back into contour. We want that one back, and we don't want that one. There we go. Okay, so now we have one of each, and just for visual needs, I'll pop it back over there. But now, when you select Make It, look at that. So now you can literally cut them out very closely together. Just make sure that they're not touching. But you want to make sure that you go into each one and you mirror it. And again, so you'll have to move Rudolph back into his spot there. And then you'll mirror your red as well. And then we're ready to cut. So this is the point where you're going to attach your machine if you've not already. And if you have, you can hit continue. And you'll be able to select the material that you're going to use. So now you're able to set that material, and I'm actually going to use two different types of material. I'm going to use a glitter iron-on and an everyday. The machine should be blinking that it's ready to cut. And let's go to the craft table. I'll show you all the things that we're using, and we'll put our material on the mat. Okay, so here we are on the craft table, and so just to let you know a little bit about what I've got going on. So this is a patterned iron-on. These are beautiful. It's called Lumberjack. And then this is actually a black and white botanical. I thought this one was kind of neat because it has a herringbone-like pattern inside. You could use that. I'm actually going to be using a black, just a solid black. I'm going to use glitter silver for the antlers. There's also a really pretty foil, brown foil that would be beautiful for that too. And then I'm going to use glitter for the nose. So if you've not already, which I had, you can measure the width of your shirt, and then the design is somewhat long. This design is somewhat long, so just making sure that 8, would still be above the belt line on the shirt, and then somewhat centered. My design was about 6 inches wide, so 6 by 8 is going to be about perfect on this shirt. Okay, so we'll move that out of the way, move our ruler out of the way. I'm going to use my straight edge, and then I'm going to use my silver, and I looked at it just to make sure, and I really need 3.5 by 4. Okay, so I've placed everything on my t-shirt. Now this is something that is super important. You need a good ruler, and you need to be able to line things up. You need one long enough. 18 inches is really the best. But when I designed this, I made sure that like the R and the H were all coming down at the same point, and that these were perfectly spaced in the right place. And of course I cut them apart. So if you don't want to have to worry about measuring the two of those, then don't cut them apart like I did. But if you do want to do that, then just make sure that you're lining your ruler up in the same spot. You're making sure that each one comes down and touches that ruler at the same spot, and that everything is centered. So this shirt, and the thing is because it's a little girl's shirt, it's not the same width all the way across. So you're going to want to make sure that you're measuring and then dividing to make sure that you're in the center point for each element. So this is all lined up. The next thing to think about is the heat, okay? So glitter and everyday takes 2 different heats. Now I'm gonna be using my EasyPress 2. I'm gonna be using the smallest one, but I also am gonna be using a mini because I wanna be able to put my glitter piece on. You could use a mini for the whole thing. You're just gonna have to do it in sections. So just keep that in mind when you're working. Now, if you had the larger one and you wanted to be able to use the larger one, then put this down, take off the elements that you're not doing all at one time, and iron those on, and then come back and iron on the other elements in between, okay? So it's not that hard, it's just it might take you, you know, a few more minutes to get it done. Okay, so let's get the EasyPress 2 to the right heat, and I'm putting the link down below for the guide so that you know what to use for everyday and glitter, or if you're using foil. Make sure too that you read whether or not it's a warm peel or a cool peel. Foil is a cool peel, otherwise it will bubble. Okay, here we go. Okay, so both of my machines are ready, and again, you could use just one or the other, but since I have them, I'm going to go ahead and use them. So after looking to see at the heating for them, I would use a medium for the glitter on the EasyPress Mini, and then I use 315 on this EasyPress 2 for the everyday iron-on. So it's not going to hurt the glitter, so if they touch. And that's important to know because sometimes you can accidentally, you know, get one too hot. And now once we've done all of this, we'll flip it over and do the back side. Okay, and our final step is that we want to peel off everything while it's still warm. Both of these need to be done while they're still warm. And make sure that you always go from an angle. If something does not act like it's done, if it's, you know, still laying down, oh, how good that looks, then just do the EasyPress again. Oh, it looks great, guys. It looks so good. My niece is going to love this. Okay, and then we take off the glitter. Oh, I love the glitter. And we take off the antlers, just going slow at an angle. Take this one this way. Oh, it looks so precious. Fantastic! Hoping Rudolph ate the naughty list. She's gonna love this. Okay, so I hope you had as much fun making those as I did, and I hope that you'll grab the files. If you've not signed up for the email list yet, make sure you do that. I'll put links to everything down below, so all the materials that I used, and then some links out to some other things that I think you might be interested, all down below. And I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll see you guys next time.